Hello, art friends. Hello, everyone. It's Lane, and I'm doing some finishing touches on one that I worked on in class yesterday. It's like yesterday, but he watched the video and it's like, what yesterday was that? So the other day we were doing the Zoom class and we got this part. Usually in the Zoom classes, you have pre-homework where you have to, let me grab it. Okay. On the pet portrait collage classes, you have pre-homework where you have to get a picture of your little fur baby. And then you have to gather up. Okay. Then you have to gather up excuse me. You have to gather up all of your colors according to the color wheel. Let's see where my color wheel. So in the pre-homework, you have to print out 2 copies of your color baby. You have to get papers according to a color scheme. You already have to have your color scheme planned out, and you already need to have your papers before you come. So that way you can just be putting the papers down. So that's usually the pre-homework. And then during the class, we walk through the process on how to put everything down. And this is the one we were working on the last Zoom. It still needs the backing on it. It's all down. And before I put the backing on it, I'm going to show it's like a homework assignment after you get out of the class, and it's the finishing details. So when you're in the class, this is the part that we put together, and you can't really put together the finishing details during the class because everything will be covered with glue and it will be wet, and you won't really be able to use some of the mixed media that we're going to be using. So so now I'm going to move over into some of how I do the finishing steps, and you will get the video on how to do this so you can do it in your own time. All right. That's what I'm going to jump in and I'm going to work on right now. Let me set that aside. And so this one we did in Zoom the other day, it is completely dry. I mean, all the way dry. Nothing. This is the little fur baby. This is from someone who's been a Facebook let me talk. Yes. Someone who has been a Facebook friend of mine for, maybe since the pandemic, for quite a long time, I think. Nora. Hey, Nora. Shout out to Nora. And she's let me use her little fur baby. So, I did her in the class the other day, and now I'm just gonna be working on, things that we would do with paint markers and other mixed media. And okay, and it needs to be completely dry at this point. So let's see, in the class the other day, I did have the little eyes that I was working on. I cut those out. So I've got the little eyes. Now you can go a couple of ways. You could actually, if you wanted to just get a paint marker and put the eyes in, it's fine. If you want to try to cut the paper out and collage it, I might actually try to cut the paper out and collage it. I'm going to look at that. I don't want to put glue. Let me grab my glue. I don't want to put glue on right now because then I'll have to wait for a bunch of other stuff. But I might come back after I do other things, and I might actually cut out a little tiny piece of black for the eye. But for right this minute, just so, fur baby can kind of watch what's going on, for right this minute, I'm just going to paint marker it in. And that's okay, because then the fur baby can, little fur baby can kind of watch us working on them. And I will be able to easily go back and, put the pupil. Yeah, just, I guess it's the iris and the pupil. This little fur baby has really dark eyes, so it's kind of hard to tell. All right, so I don't want to jump in the glue right this minute because everything's dry, and so I do want to switch over to mixed media. But later, I could come in and put the eyes in with paper, which I probably will. I usually do stuff like that. All right, so right now, I'm going to be going back and forth and looking at the little fur baby, and I have Posca paint markers. Yeah, you can pretty much work with anything. So I have some Posca paint markers and a little piece of paper sometimes I've got to dab these to make sure they're glowing. And you could add more paper. So you can kind of do both. Like right now, let's see if I can see this fur baby. When I went to do Moo, I did a little bit of both. I did like some paint marker, and then there were some places that I wanted to come back in and re-put more paper down. So it's kind of a push and pull. You can do kind of both of it. But right now, okay, see if I can get all three in the camera. All right, Moo, you scoot over. Okay, see who I can get in the camera here. So all right. Yeah, Moo's got to scoot over. Okay, get fur baby. Okay, there. So it's kind of a back and forth. So you kind of look at, some marks on your fur baby. And, all right, yeah, like, guys, all right, I got to scoot this one over. Come on, everybody scoot over so I can get this fur baby in the camera. All right, I have to scoot Momo's over. Okay, that's good. All right, now you can see the fur baby. It's a back and forth. So it's kind of like you work a little bit with mixed media, and then after you've put your mixed media in, then you can go back and you can add more paper wherever you decided you really want that pop, which I probably, after I go and use a lot of my mixed media, then I probably am going to come back in and cut those eyes out and put the eyes out. And I might do other little whiskers and fur. I'm just going to kind of, it's kind of like the detail, the really, really detailed things. Oh, and a name tag. I really like the name tag. It's really cute. And usually if you want to put some wording in there, that's really good. So, all right. So I'm just going to come in with the mixed media a little bit, and I'm going to look at the little fur baby. And don't worry if you mess up, then you can just go back and collage a piece and put it over it. I'm going to scoop Moo. I'm going to put Moo out of the way so I can kind of put this fur baby here, and I can have more room to work on everything. Okay, I have the little fur baby. I have lots of room to work, and I'm just going to be looking over here at this fur baby, and I'm going to see if I can pull any. This fur baby has a lot of white, so I'm just going to pull out some of the best, markings that I can. So I'm going to look, and it's okay. I mean, if you want to kind of practice on your printout, these should be printouts that you can print out over and over. So if you want to, if you're kind of afraid and you're like, I want to do it here, feel free. feel free to come put it here first. See? Actually, I need to pump this a bit. Oops. Yeah. Try these out on other paper. This one decided to flow a lot. All right. So don't be afraid to come practice over here. Okay. So that felt good. It's like I can print this out over and over. I can practice on that. Okay. That felt good. So now we're just going to kind of come over here and we're going to do it over here. And then anytime you're like, I don't know, it's kind of scary, then come back over here, practice it over here. Like, okay, that was nice. That was easy. I could do that. I kind of turn myself, usually I turn the pictures, but because these are here, I'm coming around. So I'm coming over here. That way I can get a different angle on this. And I'm just looking over at the fur baby. And I'm just kind of trying to move around. You guys could probably turn your paintings, but hey, yeah, I'll probably end up doing that. But just come around. And yeah, I'm going to turn my painting. To get these strokes, for an artist to get these strokes, they usually are turning. They're usually turning, what they're working on. I see fur baby little furry marks coming down. So you don't have to stay on just one piece of paper. You can come down. All right. And now I'm going to turn them this way. So turning your paper is giving your natural hand a natural stroke. And you might have to go from the other direction. Okay, and you're just gonna kind of, get your natural stroke. And then I'm gonna look at how much comes down into her little ears, and they do. So something comes down into the little ears, and some of these I might take a strip of paper in a bit. Not all of them, but just the ones that I want highlighted the most. All right, now this one really comes around over here. So you can start from this side. If it's really coming around over here and just kind of fading in, don't be afraid to start. Don't be afraid to come over into the other papers. If your fur baby's fur is kind of doing its own little thing, don't be afraid to go, a little bit into the background. If you got fur babies, little fur sticking up, it's all fine. Okay, this is cute. Over here in the ear, there's a little bit of a longer, it's changed. The color's a little bit different. It's maybe a little bit more golden. I'm just going to kind of look and see if I have any other colors. These are Sharpie paint markers here. This is Posca. You can use paint. You can use pretty much anything at this point. I do have some art ship. These are acrylic paint markers that I'm using. I'm going to kind of look and see if I have any more, maybe a little bit of more of a golden look. Let me see what I've got going on over here. Here's a golden. Let me see if I can pump this one. Next. See if I can get this one to go. Oh, okay, this one's going. So it's a little bit more golden over here. So I'm going to see, I'm not sure how it's going to show up on this gold paper. I might have to switch back to the white, but I'm just going to kind of see. So go ahead and practice over here. All right. Just practice over there. And yeah, practice over there. Oh, I love this little puppy. That's not showing up really good. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna have to go. I might mix a little bit of white into my gold. See how where I pumped this. Okay, this is acrylic. So see where I pumped this and I got some white. Now it's like I can almost get a little bit of a lighter white gold. Okay, I'm going to try that again really carefully. So I'm just going to, oh yeah, see, I've gotten this, I've kind of mixed these and I don't really have a white. Oh, I like that. That's nice. And little fur baby's got, it's got like a little furry thing. All right, there. Okay, I'm happy with that. I am very happy with this. I'm going to come over and do it over here. So I'm going to turn over here. I'm going to go look at this ear. If you're kind of like, I don't know, this is like, I'm not sure, come over here and practice. Okay, I'm going to see if I can get some more white. I just dripped. So I do this a lot. I just dripped a little white right there. I'm going to leave it because I like Bob Ross's happy, it was a happy mistake. So I like these little mistakes when, things fall. I'm like, ooh, that's going to be something fun later that I can do. So don't worry about happy mistakes. We will turn these little blobs that fall, we'll turn it into something fun. So, okay, let's back to practicing. Where's our stroke going to be? Okay. Get this pumping. All right, come on. Okay, get that pumping. Back into the ear strokes over here. I'm just looking at the picture, putting in some little ears, fur baby strokes. Okay. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. Oh my gosh, I love this little fur baby. I absolutely love. Yeah, my friend Nora, I'm like, she posted, I'm like, Nora, could I please use your little fur baby for a class? And she's like, yep. I'll probably send her this video. Okay, oops. Yeah, careful not stick your hand in paint. So I'm kind of coming over here. This is really dark, so I'm just going to be careful. I'm going to come into the other, and I'm just going to be careful. We're not filling everything in. We're just picking up the highlights. So I'm going to come over here, do a little bit of the same. Just kind of, picking up some highlights. Okay. Yeah, picking up highlights wherever they can. This is really dark, so if I pick up any highlights, might have to come into the white a little bit. Okay. All right. Oh my gosh, I love this fur baby. I might put a little bit of gold in their eyes. I'm not, oh, I love that. Oh my gosh, I love that. Sometimes if you're like, you might not see any gold in their eyes, but sometimes you might like, oh, I just feel like I want to do that. Go ahead and do it, because if you mess up, you can just simply cut, a piece of paper out later and cover it up. So kind of your intuition, I'm doing this and I'm like, you know what? I want to stick a gold dot in the eye. So I'm like, okay, just do it. I loved it. It's great. If you don't like it, you can cover over it. All right. So I'm gonna see where I'm at. I'm in his little, okay, the fur kind of turns a little bit. It's almost like he's got, his little muzzle over here. So it's a little bit shorter. Okay. A little bit shorter furry things. And I'm looking at the direction. So I'm looking at the direction on this. Okay. And I'm looking to see how it's going. So a little bit under the nose. I I could almost see like little nostril right here. So I'm going to be really careful and see if I can pull this off. Let me look at his little nostril that I had. So I'm going to put the little nostril here and see if I can get this closer to where I'm looking at. Okay, so it's just a little, see right there. Okay, that's cute. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just, do your best. Okay, that's cute. I like that. And, if you mess up, you can just, you could either paint over it or put a new paper down. So just try. All right, the fur, there's a little bit under their mouth. It's like there's a little tiny opening in the mouth. I want to be very careful. Yeah, little tiny opening in the mouth. A little bit of fur under the chin. Okay. All right, this is really super cute. Okay, that looks good. So now I'm going to come over to this ear. I remember when I originally cut this out, it's like the ear didn't come all the way down to where I wanted it. So I'm going to kind of look at the ear and see if I can kind of fix it. So it looks like the ear might be ending here, and maybe I can kind of make this into the ear by giving some fur that's gonna, okay, that's good, and kind of making sense of it. See if I can end it somewhere. Okay. All right, that's good. All right, I'm pretty happy with this. Now I'm going to come into the furry parts underneath, and let me grab some of the pieces that I had. All right, so I had everything in pieces, and I'm going to see if I can kind of, yeah, the little fur baby's all in pieces here. Let me see if I can see where things were at. I know this was the face, so I know that was the head. That's gonna be an ear. Okay, I'm not sure what that's going on. Okay, let me kind of thinking about where things were at. All right, I don't really know where that one was. That's gonna be an eye. Probably a furry face. Okay. I'm going to kind of just look at what I have. All right. So, okay. I think that's more like what I had. So I'm going to kind of look at some of these shadows. Let me put the little puppy pieces over there. I'm going to look at the little highlights and shadows a little bit. So this is definitely right here. So I'm going to pull this over. And, okay, this is definitely right there. And I'm a little lost on where this piece is. All right, I don't know where that piece is. All right, so this one is here. So I'm just going to kind of look at a little bit of the furry golden locks. And I'm going to kind of, and you can go over here practice. So if you want to just kind of furry. Okay, that wasn't very hard. So all we did was we furried, and we furried. So come practice over here. Come practice over here. And then you're not going to feel like it's not going to be as scary. Okay? So just practice over here and then it won't be as scary. Okay. Just kind of back and forth looking at it. All right, now we've got some little highlighted furries. Now let's look at this one. Okay, we're just going to look at some more of the little furry places. So you can kind of look at furries over here. Okay, just kind of look at your picture. Furries. Look at your little fur baby. See how they're going. Okay. Just kind of see how your little fur baby's going. Okay. Hey, if you ever get uncomfortable, just come over here and look at your fur baby. If you get uncomfortable, if you want to practice some of the strokes, don't worry. Maybe move around a bit. And then come back and look. Oh my gosh, this is cute. This is really cute. It is a little bit more whiter and blue over here. I'm going to see if I can change. I'm going to see if I can go onto the gray because this is a shadow area. So there is some furry over here. I'm just going to see if I can come into the shadow area a bit. All right. Silver's good. Okay. So I'm going to see, if you're worried, come over here. Get some of this furry shadow stuff. Okay. This was our shadow area. So I'm going to get some of these furry in the shadow, furries. And maybe I think there was a little bit of furry shadow here. There's words on this one, so I'm going to be careful not to, I want to kind of leave some of the words. Okay, this is really cute. It did get a little bit lighter over here, so I am going to switch to the white, and I'm just going to be careful. I'm going to be looking at it. Maybe coming in. All right. Yay. Oh my gosh, this is so cute as can be. This one didn't come all the way off the page. I might go get another photograph of this fur baby and see where exactly the paws would have been. So I might go look at the photograph again and see how far until we got to the paws. And I did that with Moo. When I did Moo, she didn't come all the way to the end of the paper until I kind of found out where her little paw was and put her in and extended her all the way down to the edge. And it was super cute when I did that. Do not be afraid. Okay, let me see if I can find something. Yeah. Okay. Don't be afraid to try to extend it all the way to the edge, because if you mess up, we could do something like put a little border in. Okay. So don't be afraid to extend it to the end, because if you mess up, it'll be like, oh gosh, I didn't get it right. We'll just put a little border in and it'll be fine. So it's collage. You get to mess up. All right. So I'm going to try to extend this. I'm going to go with my silver because, I just am. So I'm going to kind of extend this just with some little marks, just so I can see that it's going to be extended. I remember this is where there was a separation. So I'm just going to put some marks down right now. I probably will put paper here. I just kind of need it to know how to extend this. Now, right here, there was supposed to be a separation, and I'm not exactly sure. I didn't really catch that when I cut the initial piece out. So there's like missing paper right here. So I'm just going to take some of the paper color and see if I can just kind of dab in with a marker, because I think when I initially did this little fur baby, I didn't realize that was like separating. So I just took a marker close enough and just kind of filled in the design. Okay, now I'm kind of feeling more secure about that. And I probably will get some little kind of paper. I'll have to go look. I'll probably get some little kind of paper, probably white, and go ahead and extend there. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much how you do this. I am looking at I'm looking over here and I'm looking over here, and I've got a silver in my hand, and I think I could get a little bit of shadow very, very carefully in the highlights of the little fur baby. So I'm just going to go really careful and maybe put a little bit. Okay, I like that. It looks good. So I'm going to come over here, and I'm just going to do it careful. Okay, that's cute. That is really cute. Okay, everything's cute. I might switch now. So I'm just going to look at everything, and I'm going to look to see if I'm kind of finished with my mixed media. If I am, then I'm going to go back and I'm going to see if there's like little words or anything. Like, let me get Mumu. So on Mumu, I put her name tag. I actually don't know the name of this little fur baby, so I'm going to have to get in touch with my friend and ask for the name of the fur baby before I can put their name on. Okay, so I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to see if I can get a hold of my friend, ask what little fur baby's name is, and then I'll probably post. Yeah, I might do another video. I'm not sure, or I'll just post. But that's pretty much how, you bring the mixed media. And then now if you guys want to go back and you want to cut the little pupil out and you want to put it down, or if you just want to leave it with the paint marker, if you want to go look for whiskers or anything that you really want to bring out after this is all the way dry, then you most certainly can go back to gluing some more little hearts, the names. You can go back to gluing and adding stuff down. Just wait for it to be all the way dry. All right. I'm going to finish up with this one, and I'm going to go find out what little fur baby's name is. So maybe I'll put a little name tag or something on the fur baby, and then I am going to be adding some more paper. Yeah, I'll be getting some more paper and putting it down here on the feet, on the little paws. All right. Thank you, everyone. We appreciate everybody. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us in our Facebook group, Crafty Critter Collages, and do us a favor and post your fur babies. Like, yeah, we want to see your art. We want to see it. Post them. Okay, thank you, everyone.